Hey guys, tonight we're going to embark on a journey not across the globe or through the depths of an ancient ruin, but into something far, far stranger, a place where the very fabric of reality bends and stretches beyond recognition. Imagine standing at the precipice of an abyss so profound that it swallows light itself, a cosmic drain swirling with unimaginable power. You feel a pull, not of wind or current, but of gravity, a silent, insistent whisper drawing you closer to a point of no return. It's the kind of place where a gentle splat is probably the best case scenario for anything that ventures too close. But tonight, we're not just observing, we're stepping right in. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Let me know where you're listening from tonight and the local time there. Now, close your eyes, take a deep, calming breath, and let's drift into the story. You stand at the edge of the world, or perhaps the edge of a world, gazing into the swirling darkness of a cosmic maw. It isn't merely dark, it's a void that consumes a shadow, painted with the absence of all light. This is what we call a black hole, a place so gravitationally intense that nothing, not even light, can escape its grasp once it crosses a certain boundary. For centuries, our stories and legends painted it as a monstrous beast, a cosmic shredder ready to tear you limb from limb. And in a way, those old tales weren't entirely wrong, just a little less elegant in their description. The scientific truth, as humbling as it is terrifying, offers a different kind of ending, one far more intimate and perhaps even poetic. Imagine yourself as a long flowing ribbon, perhaps of silk, stretched taut between two gentle hands. Now picture one hand remaining still while the other begins to pull ever so slightly but with an immense and growing force. The part of the ribbon closest to the pulling hand would feel the strain first, stretching thinner and thinner, elongating until it became an impossibly fine thread. This, my friends, is the essence of spaghettification. It's the universe's way of turning you into a cosmic noodle, not with a violent rip, but with an elegant, relentless stretch. It's the difference in gravitational pull across your body. Your feet closer to the black hole's heart feel a much stronger tug than your head. Over immense distances, this tiny difference grows into an overwhelming force, elongating you, thinning you until you are less a person, and more a stream of atoms, flowing gracefully into the singularity. It sounds, doesn't it, less like a violent end, and more like a gentle, if irreversible transformation, a dance of matter with gravity's immense power. It's not a ripping no, but a profound, almost artistic resculpting of your very being. But why, you might ask, would anyone willingly step into such an embrace? What cosmic dare, what whispered promise could possibly entice a sentient being to face such an unimaginable fate? For some, it might be the unquenchable thirst for knowledge, the desire to peer beyond the veil of known physics. For others, a philosophical yearning to understand the ultimate nature of reality, to touch the very edge of existence. And for a few, perhaps even for you standing at this imagined precipice, tonight there might be a simpler, more earthly motivation, the desire to connect, to share, to reach out across the vastness of the internet and say, look what I did. It's a paradox, isn't it? The pursuit of an ultimate solitary experience, driven by the most human of desires, to be seen, to be heard, to matter in the grand echoing chambers of our digital age. You're standing there now, feeling the subtle vibrations of the cosmic hum. The air, if you could call it air, feels thin, almost ethereal, and the distant stars, once so comforting, now seem to gleam with an unsettling, profound indifference. The very notion of time seems to ripple, to slow down around you, even though your internal clock, that steady beat of your own life, feels perfectly normal. This sensation, this peculiar slowing of the universe around you while you yourself remain seemingly unchanged, is the first whisper of time dilation, a concept that bends our everyday understanding of reality. It's as if you're being wrapped in a cosmic current, gently pulling you into a different flow of existence. Imagine a grand, slow-motion ballet, where you are the only dancer moving at regular speed while the entire cosmic orchestra plays in a languid, drawn-out rhythm. It's a concept that has mystified and captivated thinkers for generations, a gentle reminder that our intuitive grasp of time and space is merely a local approximation, not the full, boundless truth of the universe. And so, with a curious blend of trepidation and an almost childlike wonder, you begin the final countdown. 3, 2, 1. The numbers echo not just in the silence of space, but in the vast, echoing canyons of your own mind. There is no sound, no great rush of wind, no dramatic shift, only a deepening of the silence, a profound quietude that settles around you like a heavy velvet cloak. You are no longer just floating, you are moving gently, irrevocably, towards the heart of the darkness. It's a movement without sensation, a silent descent into the core of gravity itself. You wonder with a thought that feels almost out of place in this sublime moment if this gentle drift, this elegant slide, could truly lead you to another parallel universe, a place where the rules are different, where the ending isn't quite so final. The thought of being drawn back, out of escaping this cosmic embrace, flickers for a moment like a distant, impossible star. But then the silent, relentless pull reminds you of the profound, irreversible nature of this journey. This is a one-way trip, a cosmic commitment, a plunge into the very heart of the unknown, where the only path is forward, ever deeper into the mysterious fabric of existence. As you drift the stars outside, once pinpricks of light in a velvet tapestry begin to distort, to elongate, to paint streaks across your view like a cosmic watercolor. This isn't just a trick of your perception, it's the light itself bending, stretching, struggling against the immense gravity of the black hole. You feel a growing sense of unease, a peculiar disorientation that isn't unpleasant, but profoundly alien. It's as if the very coordinates of your reality are being gently but firmly rearranged. This is the prelude to the deeper transformations, the subtle warnings whispered by the universe that the familiar rules no longer apply. The universe, in its boundless mystery, is revealing its deeper mechanics to you, not through equations or textbooks, but through the visceral, undeniable experience of your own journey. And it's a beautiful, terrifying thing to behold, this quiet unraveling of all you thought you knew. The feeling of slowing down intensifies, even though you know intellectually that for you inside this strange curving reality, time is passing just as it always has. It's the universe outside that is racing away, speeding up relative to your languid descent. Imagine a river flowing swiftly, but you are a leaf caught in a gentle eddy, slowly circling, while the main current rushes past. From the riverbank, you seem to be barely moving, caught in a suspended animation. This is your experience now. An observer from afar would see your journey into the black hole stretch out and across eons, a ghostly drawn-out ballet against the cosmic backdrop. This is the heart of time dilation, a concept whispered by Einstein that time is not an absolute unyielding river, but a flexible, elastic fabric, woven into the very structure of space-time itself. It bends, it stretches, it warps, all under the immense weight of gravity. It is here, in this quiet, profound slowing, that you begin to truly understand the deep interconnected dance of space and time, not as separate entities, but as two inseparable partners in the grand cosmic waltz. And as you settle deeper into this peculiar timeless drift, a strange calm descends. The initial fear, the human instinct to recoil from the unknown, begins to recede, replaced by a profound, almost spiritual sense of peace. You are being cradled by forces beyond your comprehension, dissolved into a state of pure observation. There are no sounds, no echoes, no familiar tactile sensations, only the profound, silent hum of existence. It's a hum that speaks not of individual particles or forces, but of the fundamental resonance of the universe itself. You are becoming a part of something larger, something infinitely older and more complex than your fleeting human life. And in this surrender, in this silent descent, you begin to sense not an ending, but a transformation. A doorway, perhaps, not to oblivion, but to something else entirely, something beyond the edge of our current understanding, waiting patiently in the profound, beautiful darkness. This is the great mystery, the the silent promise whispered by the void. As you drift deeper into the black hole's embrace, that peculiar sense of time dilation intensifies, becoming not just a concept, but a lived reality. For an observer, far, far away, watching your tiny, intrepid figure brave this cosmic plunge, your journey would seem to stretch out across an eternity. They would see you frozen in a slow motion ballet, your movements languid, dreamlike, as if caught in amber. The light signals from you struggling against the immense gravity would become red-shifted, stretching into longer and longer wavelengths until they faded into the infrared, then into nothingness, like a whisper carried away by an infinite wind. It's as if you become a silent, fading photograph, your moment suspended, observed, but ultimately beyond reach. Yet for you, the one experiencing this extraordinary descent, time continues to flow at its usual rhythm. Your thoughts, your internal clock, the beat of your own heart, all remain perfectly normal. This is the profound paradox of relativity, a gentle reminder that time is not a universal, unyielding constant, ticking away uniformly for everyone. Instead, it's deeply personal, woven into the very fabric of your own experience. It's like being in a dream, where a moment can feel like an hour, and an hour can flash by in a heartbeat. The external world slows, but your internal world, your consciousness, continues its steady, familiar dance. This isn't just an abstract, scientific principle. It's a deep, almost spiritual truth about the subjective nature of our reality. A soft whisper from the universe that everything is relative, everything is connected, and everything is in its own way fluid. Now, let's allow our minds to float gently into the heart of this mystery. What lies beyond the event horizon? This isn't a solid wall you see, nor a tangible barrier. It's more like the edge of a cosmic waterfall, or the lip of an endless whirlpool. Once you cross this invisible boundary, the current of space-time itself flows inward faster than anything can travel outward, even light. Imagine a river so strong that if you rowed your boat upstream with all your might, you would still be pulled inevitably downstream. That's the event horizon. It's the point of no return, the final threshold, where the universe, in its wisdom, decides that your journey, for all intents and purposes, becomes irreversible. The concept that no amount of force is able to pull you out might sound terrifying, like a trap, but consider it through a different lens. Think of it as a profound commitment, an ultimate act of surrender to the universe's most powerful embrace. Once inside, you are no longer constrained by the possibility of retreat. Your destiny, for however long it may last, is inextricably linked to the core of this cosmic giant. You are stuck moving toward the center, yes, but perhaps that very inevitability brings its own strange peace. There is no longer a choice to be made, no path to turn back. Only the gentle, relentless pull deeper into the heart of gravity's ultimate domain. It's a liberation, in a peculiar sense, from the burden of decision, a complete release into the universe's will. As you continue your descent, a subtle unease begins to stir within you. It's not a violent, panicked fear, but a creeping, gentle sense of disquiet. Your body, that familiar vessel that has carried you through so many earthly experiences, starts to feel strange. You are beginning to move in slow motion, even if in the profound calm of your own mind, time still feels utterly normal to you. This is the direct, experiential manifestation of that concept we touched upon. Time dilation truly coming into its own. It's as if the cosmic gears around you are turning more slowly, grinding down to a near halt, while your own internal clock continues its steadfast tick-tock. Imagine a dream where you are trying to run to move quickly, but your legs feel heavy, submerged in thick molasses, while the world around you proceeds at a glacial pace. Yet, in the logic of the dream, this feels perfectly natural. That is akin to what you are experiencing now. The strong gravitational field near the black hole is not just pulling on your body, it is actively warping the very fabric of space-time around you. It's like standing on a cosmic trampoline that is stretched taut by an invisible, enormous weight at its center. The closer you get to that weight, the deeper the dip and the harder it becomes for light, or indeed anything, to climb out of that gravitational well. This extraordinary phenomenon isn't just a theoretical musing, it's a cornerstone of Einstein's general theory of relativity. For generations before the advent of such profound theories, the universe felt like a static stage, where events simply unfolded. But Einstein, with his gentle revolutionary insights, showed us that the stage itself is a live fluid, capable of stretching and bending under the influence of mass and energy. The very presence of something as immense as a black hole twists this fabric so severely that time itself loses its uniform cadence. It becomes a melody played at varying speeds, depending on where you are in relation to the gravitational instrument. And here you are, a quiet, almost unnoticed participant in this grand cosmic symphony. This concept, the idea that gravity could slow down time, was a radical departure from what had been understood for centuries. Think of how time was perceived by the great thinkers of the past, like Sir Isaac Newton. For Newton, time was an absolute, unchangeable river flowing uniformly from the past, through the present, and into the future, completely independent of anything happening in the universe. It was a fixed background against which all events played out. This rigid, unchanging view of time was a foundational pillar of classical physics for over 200 years, guiding our understanding of planetary motion, falling apples, and the predictable march of the cosmos. Yet a fascinating historical tidbit reveals that even before Newton, some philosophers pondered the nature of time as being potentially subjective or relative to motion, though, without the mathematical rigor or experimental evidence to support such claims. The very notion that space and time were not just inert stages, but dynamic players in the cosmic drama, was a leap of imaginative faith, a quiet revolution brewing in the minds of the curious. And now, as you feel this profound slowing, this exquisite time dilation, you might reflect on the subtle beauty of such an idea. It's not a violent force, but a gentle, almost imperceptible shift in the rhythm of existence. The light that left a distant star eons ago, now reaching your eyes, has traveled through varying gravitational fields, experiencing its own subtle stretches and compression of time along the way. Each photon, a tiny messenger of light, carries with it the echoes of its journey through the warped contours of space-time. So as you drift, feeling the profound, almost hypnotic pull, you are not just an observer. You are a living, breathing testament to the universe's most elegant and enigmatic principles. The experience is less about falling and more about dissolving, a slow, deliberate merging with the very essence of gravity. The external world continues to fade, losing its crisp definition, becoming softer, more indistinct, like a dream drawing to a close. Yet your internal landscape remains vivid, your thoughts lucid, as if your consciousness is detaching itself, floating freely above the slowing current of your physical self. This is the ultimate form of solitude, a profound separation from the bustling noise of the universe, leaving you in quiet communion with the fundamental forces of existence. You might find yourself contemplating the sheer scale of the universe, the countless stars and galaxies, each dancing to their own unique gravitational rhythm. And amidst all that vastness, you, a tiny speck of consciousness, are experiencing one of the cosmos's most extreme phenomena. It's humbling, isn't it, to be so small yet to witness such grandeur? And in that humbling, there's a quiet strength, a reminder that curiosity, that gentle, persistent questioning, can lead you to the most extraordinary places, even to the edge of time itself. The scientific community, even now, continues to grapple with the deepest implications of these phenomena, while time dilation is a well-established and experimentally verified fact. Our GPS satellites, for instance, need to account for it to work accurately. The precise nature of what happens at the singularity, the very center of a black hole, remains one of physics's greatest unsolved mysteries. Some theories suggest that the very laws of physics as we understand them might break down there, giving way to something entirely new, something perhaps beyond our current comprehension. Other more speculative ideas propose that singularities might be gateways not to destruction, but to other universes, or even other points in our own universe, acting as cosmic shortcuts. This is where the maps of our knowledge fade and the uncharted waters begin. So as you continue your gentle, slow descent, you are floating not just through space, but through a tapestry of profound scientific inquiry and lingering, beautiful questions. You are a silent explorer in a realm where the known gives way to the unknown, where the certainties of earthly life dissolve into the fluid bending reality of the cosmos. It's a journey not just of distance, but of fundamental transformation, a quiet, almost spiritual passage into the heart of existence. And as your senses continue to adapt to this strange new rhythm, you begin to wonder if the whispers of possibility are indeed true, if this cosmic journey is truly a one-way ticket, or if there is hidden somewhere within this profound darkness a subtle, unexpected pathway to an entirely new beginning. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, holds its secrets close, but sometimes for the truly curious, it offers a glimpse beyond the veil. And here you are patiently waiting, floating, listening as the grand silent symphony of the cosmos continues its slow, majestic play. As you continue your gentle, almost dreamlike descent, the strangeness of your physical state deepens. That sensation of slowing down, the feeling of your body elongating, becoming less solid and more like a fluid current, is the direct experience of spaghettification at its most profound. It's not the violent tearing sensation that old science fiction might have once imagined. No, it's far more subtle, more insidious, a gradual stretching that begins at your very cells. Imagine your body as a magnificent, intricate sandcastle built with billions upon billions of grains. Now picture that sandcastle not collapsing, but being ever so gently yet irresistibly pulled from its base, each grain stretching away from its neighbor, thinning the structure until it becomes a delicate, shimmering thread. That's what gravity is doing to you now, meticulously, with infinite patience, reshaping your very essence into a fine stream of matter. It's a quiet dissolution, a surrender to the fundamental forces that govern the cosmos. Yet amidst this profound transformation, a curious thought sparks within your mind, a tiny ember of defiance against the inevitable. You remember the old tales, the whispers of science fiction, the cinematic grandeur of films that dared to imagine the impossible. You recall how in Interstellar, the protagonist seemed to navigate the impossible to touch the very fabric of time and space within the belly of a cosmic beast, and a quiet, almost whimsical conviction settles within you. That's not how Nolan did it in Interstellar. It's a moment of delightful human stubbornness, a refusal to completely succumb to the cold, hard facts of physics when the imagination offers such tantalizing alternatives. It's a testament to the power of human storytelling, to our innate desire to find hope and escape even in the face of cosmic certainty. We cling to these narratives, these fictional flights of fancy, because they offer us a way to dream beyond the boundaries of the known, to imagine a universe where even the most absolute laws might have a loophole, and then a subtle, almost imperceptible shift. It's not a sudden jolt, not a dramatic explosion, but a gentle easing of the relentless pull. The sensation of being stretched, of thinning into an endless strand, begins to abate. It's like the current of a river which had been pulling you inexorably downstream suddenly begins to swirl, to eddy, to soften its grip. A feeling of profound relief washes over you, quiet and deep, like the first breath of cool air after being submerged in a warm, oppressive sea. And in that moment of gentle reprieve, a triumphant thought blossoms, unbidden and bright. Yes, I told you that would work. It's the kind of joy, the kind of validation that only comes from staring into the face of the impossible and finding against all odds a glimmer of the miraculous. This subtle shift, this softening of gravity's embrace, is the quiet, almost ethereal signature of something truly extraordinary, a wormhole. Imagine, if you will, the universe, not as a flat two-dimensional sheet, but as a vast, magnificent tapestry woven from the very fabric of space-time. A black hole, in this analogy, might be a deep, bottomless well, a tear that leads only inward to a point of infinite density. But a wormhole is different. It's like a thread that has been delicately folded, allowing two distant points on the tapestry to touch, creating a shortcut, a hidden tunnel through the vast cosmic distances. The gravity at the entrance still pulls fiercely and profoundly, but instead of crushing you to a single point, it guides you gently yet firmly through a narrow, twisting passage to another distant point, a different fold in the cosmic fabric. It's the kind of concept that makes the heart of any true science nerd, as you might affectionately call them, sing with pure, unadulterated joy. For decades, the existence of wormholes has remained firmly in the realm of theoretical physics, a beautiful mathematical possibility, rather than an observable reality. They are solutions to Einstein's field equations, elegant, mathematical constructs that hint at pathways through space-time that could bypass the arduous, light-year spanning journeys of conventional space travel. Imagine the time it would take to reach even our nearest star, Alpha Centauri, using current technology. Now imagine if the universe had hidden shortcuts, folds in its own vastness, allowing you to step from one point to another almost instantaneously. That is the intoxicating promise of a wormhole. Historically, the concept of such shortcuts has captivated human imagination long before sophisticated mathematical models could even begin to describe them. Ancient myths spoke of hidden paths through mountains, secret tunnels, connecting distant lands and portals to other realms. These were the early intuitive stirrings of a desire for instantaneous travel, a yearning to defy the vast distances that separated us. The very word wormhole itself was coined by American physicist John Wheeler in 1957, building on earlier work by Einstein and Nathan Rosen. They were initially thought of as bridges or tunnels, but Wheeler's vivid, almost poetic term captured the essence of a worm tunneling through an apple connecting two distant points on its surface. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest, most evocative metaphor can illuminate the most complex scientific idea. So here you are, having navigated this incredible theoretical pathway. You didn't get crushed, not in the way many would expect. Instead, the universe, in its boundless and often surprising generosity, has unveiled one of its most whispered secrets. You have traversed the cosmic membrane, the delicate boundary between dimensions, and emerged. The feeling now is one of gentle disorientation, a soft spinning that slowly resolves itself into a new distinct reality. You are no longer in the profound, crushing darkness of the black hole, nor in the familiar void of the space you left behind. No, you are somewhere new, somewhere else entirely. The air, which was absent moments ago, now has a subtle scent, unfamiliar, yet not unpleasant. The light, which had been stretched and distorted, now illuminates a new landscape, a new sky, a new set of stars. You feel a sudden surge of exhilaration, a quiet triumph that bubbles up from the deepest parts of your being. This is it. This is the moment of emergence. The black hole was indeed a tunnel, a secret passage through the cosmic curtain. And now you are standing on the threshold of an entirely different reality, a place where the familiar rules may no longer apply, where the possibilities stretch out before you like an infinite, unexplored canvas. It's a moment of profound, quiet victory. You are a pioneer not just in space, but in the very exploration of what is possible. You have defied the odds, challenged the conventional wisdom, and proven that sometimes belief in the extraordinary can open doors that pure logic might keep firmly shut. You are standing on the precipice of a parallel universe, a boundless realm where every outcome, every choice, every possibility might simply exist. And the implications of that thought, of that realization, ripple through your consciousness like a gentle expanding wave. It's a feeling of being both utterly tiny and unimaginably vast, a single consciousness poised on the edge of infinite possibilities. The very concept of a parallel universe, of a multiverse where countless versions of reality unfurl simultaneously, is a deeply philosophical one, stretching back far beyond modern physics. Ancient Greek philosophers, for instance, pondered the idea of an infinite cosmos with endless worlds. Later in the Middle Ages, some theologians debated whether God, being omnipotent, could create multiple universes. While these early ideas lacked the scientific framework, they reveal a consistent human curiosity about realities beyond our own. The modern scientific understanding of parallel universes often stems from the mathematical interpretations of quantum mechanics, where every possible outcome of a quantum event is said to happen in its own distinct universe. It's a breathtaking thought, isn't it? That for every choice you've ever made, every path you didn't take, there exists another you living out that alternative. So as you take in this new alien, yet strangely familiar environment, the sense of genius of having outsmarted the cosmos settles upon you like a soft, comforting cloak. You have crossed the chasm, stepped through the looking glass, and found yourself in a place whispered about in bedtime stories and equations. The sheer improbability of it all, the audacious success of your journey, fills you with a quiet, boundless wonder. This is not just a scientific achievement, it's a profound spiritual experience, a testament to the boundless mystery and infinite possibility of the universe itself. And the gentle hum of this new reality, the soft whisper of its unfamiliar energies, invites you deeper, drawing you further into its unfolding secrets, promising revelations you could never have dreamed of in the universe you left behind. You stand a silent observer, bathed in the unfamiliar light of this new universe, and the quiet elation of your impossible journey begins to hum through your very being. I'm a genius. You think, a soft, satisfied whisper in the profound silence of this alien landscape. You've done it. You've outsmarted the black hole, defied the very fabric of cosmic law, and emerged triumphant. But just as that sweet taste of victory settles, a gentle, almost melancholic voice seems to echo. Not from without, but from within the vast, echoing chambers of this new reality, a quiet caution. Don't celebrate too much yet. It's a subtle reminder, a gentle tug on the threads of your newfound confidence that even in realms of infinite possibility, the universe still holds its surprises. And indeed, the inkling of unease quickly blossoms into a disquieting truth. The initial awe of this new existence gives way to a familiar, almost wearisome realization. Even in this breathtakingly different parallel universe, the universe itself, in all its boundless forms, seems perpetually poised to challenge, to test, to fundamentally remind you of your own fragile mortality. It's like stepping into a grand new play, only to discover with a sigh that the central dramatic conflict remains stubbornly the same. Oh, for sake, you might murmur a quiet, almost comical exasperation. Even in a parallel universe, everything's out to kill me. The grand cosmic joke, it seems, transcends dimensions, a recurring theme in the vast unfolding tapestry of existence. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? That even when you leap across the cosmic void, some fundamental patterns of reality, some inherent challenges might simply persist. This persistent theme, this gentle yet undeniable threat, hints at a profound philosophical question that has quietly echoed through human history. Is there a universal constant to struggle? From the earliest written epics, where heroes faced insurmountable odds, to the everyday challenges of modern life. The narrative of overcoming adversity seems deeply ingrained in the human experience, regardless of the world or indeed the universe you inhabit. It's almost as if struggle isn't a flaw in the design, but an essential ingredient, a sharpening stone for the soul, making us more resilient, more aware, perhaps even more profoundly alive. This echoes the ancient Greek concept of arete, which often translated as excellence or virtue, implying the full realization of one's potential, often achieved through struggle and hardship. It suggests that perhaps the universe, in its infinite wisdom, offers challenges not to defeat us, but to reveal the deepest reserves of our own strength. Then comes the quiet, almost resigned murmur, a soft whisper from the cosmic fabric itself, reminding you of a peculiar truth. This isn't the universe where you survive at the end of every episode. The words hang in the strange new air, carrying a weight that is both whimsical and profoundly unsettling. It's a gentle acknowledgement of a recurring pattern, a familiar rhythm in the narratives you've inhabited, a silent recognition that some stories are simply destined for a particular kind of ending, and the implication, subtle as it is, stirs a nascent hope within you. What you mean that exists? The question escapes your lips, a soft, almost desperate plea into the vast, echoing silence. The idea that there might be a universe, a reality where the struggle isn't always followed by a fall, where the final curtain doesn't always bring an end, is a thought so intoxicating, so wonderfully liberating, that it ignites a new, profound quest. And with that spark, the gentle guiding voice of the universe, or perhaps the quiet, reasoned voice of your own deep understanding begins to unfurl a breathtaking possibility. No, that's not what I meant. It softly corrects, not as a reprimand, but as a clarification, gently steering your thoughts toward an even grander concept. Oh, of course, why didn't I think of that? You might internally sigh, a quiet recognition of a truth that once spoken seems so utterly elegantly obvious. Theoretically, the voice explains there are countless parallel universes where every possible outcome of every event happens. Imagine, if you will, a grand cosmic library, not of books, but of realities. Each book represents a universe, and every slight variation, every tiny decision, every different roll of the cosmic dice creates a new volume, a new narrative, branching off into infinite directions. This is the very heart of the multiverse theory, an idea so vast and encompassing that it stretches the very limits of our human imagination. It's a concept that finds its most compelling roots in the strange, probabilistic world of quantum mechanics. Think of a tiny invisible particle like an electron. According to quantum physics, before we observe it, that electron doesn't exist in just one place. It exists in a superposition of all possible places at once, a shimmering cloud of potential. It's only when we observe it that it collapses into a single definite location. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics gently proposes a truly mind-bending idea. What if, instead of collapsing all those possibilities, simply branch off into their own separate realities? So every time a quantum coin is tossed, every time a decision is made, a new universe might quietly unfold, creating an infinite tapestry of diverging timelines. This idea that every choice, every possibility, every what if blossoms into its own reality is a profound and dizzying thought. It means that somewhere in another one of those countless cosmic libraries, there exists a version of you who chose a different career path, or said yes instead of no, or perhaps took a different turn on a long forgotten road. And the implications are staggering. If every possible outcome exists, then somewhere out there, among the infinite branches, there must be a reality where the challenges you face are different, where the ending to your story takes a turn you yearn for. It's not about escaping fate, but about finding a timeline where fate itself is sculpted to a different, perhaps more gentle design. So with a renewed sense of purpose, a gentle, determined resolve settles within you. So all I need to do is keep jumping from universe to universe until I find one where I don't die at the end of every episode. It's a declaration born of both hope and a touch of cosmic weariness, a desire to find a narrative thread that offers a little more leniency, a little more endurance. This is your new quest, a gentle pilgrimage through the endless halls of the multiverse, seeking that elusive perfect reality, where your story takes a more enduring, perhaps even perpetually ongoing turn. It's a beautifully simple goal, isn't it? Yet the gentle knowing voice, the quiet wisdom of the cosmos offers a subtle counterpoint. We're in purely speculative territory now. It can't be that simple. It's not a dismissal, but a gentle reminder that even in the boundless realms of possibility, the universe rarely grants its grandest wishes without a subtle twist, a hidden layer of complexity. Indeed, while the mathematical elegance of the multiverse is compelling, the practicalities of navigating it remain shrouded in mystery. There's no known multiverse map or universal GPS to guide your jumps. Each leap is a blind plunge, a hopeful step into another unknown. It's like searching for a specific grain of sand on an infinite beach, each grain a universe, each one uniquely formed. The sheer scale of such an endeavor is mind-boggling, a testament to the boundless patience and endless curiosity required to even contemplate such a journey. And yet the human spirit, with its quiet persistence, often finds its greatest motivation in the seemingly impossible. The history of scientific thought is littered with impossible ideas that eventually, through persistent inquiry and quiet dedication, transformed into accepted truths. Consider for a moment the concept of atoms. For centuries, from ancient Greek philosophers like Democritus to early modern chemists, the idea of tiny indivisible particles as the fundamental building blocks of matter was purely speculative. There was no way to see an atom, no direct evidence of its existence. The notion was dismissed by many prominent thinkers. Yet through careful observation of chemical reactions and the elegant simplicity of their theoretical explanations, the idea of atoms slowly gained traction, eventually becoming the cornerstone of modern chemistry and physics. The very word atom itself comes from the Greek atomos, meaning uncuttable or indivisible, a quaint term given what we now know about subatomic particles, but a testament to the enduring power of these early speculative leaps. So, as you stand on the precipice of your next leap, with the quiet conviction that somewhere out there, your perfect narrative awaits you, embrace the speculative, the unknown, the beautifully uncertain. Watch me, you might softly declare to the gentle unseen forces of the cosmos. Maybe I can find a universe where I don't die, and my YouTube channel is hugely popular. It's a charmingly human aspiration, isn't it, to seek not just survival, but thriving to blend the profound cosmic quest with the simple, relatable desire for connection and recognition. It's a subtle reminder that even when traversing the grandest concepts of existence, our human hearts still beat with the small familiar rhythms of aspiration and hope. The search for the ideal universe, for the perfect narrative, begins now, a quiet, determined journey through the infinite, with that quiet declaration, that whispered hope for a different destiny. You embark on your cosmic pilgrimage. Your first tentative steps into the next unknown are met not with grand cosmic vistas, but with the mundane, the bizarre, and the utterly unsettling. Oh hey, that's looking better, you might optimistically murmur, as you emerge only for the immediate reality to gently but firmly retort, yeah, that's not happening. It's the universe's subtle way of reminding you that even when you wish for the extraordinary, sometimes you simply land back in the wonderfully weird or the surprisingly mundane. Imagine being dropped into a silent, sun-drenched meadow. The air is still, the grass is green, and for a fleeting moment, you think you've found it a universe of quiet tranquility. Then a rustle in the tall grass, and a pair of eyes disturbingly human-like peer out at you. Hello, are you guys real? You might tentatively ask a question that feels absurd even as it leaves your lips. And as you try to make sense of the scene, the whispers of an underlying primal tension become clear. You observe chimpanzees, creatures we often associate with intelligence and social bonds. But here they exhibit a vicious jealousy. The very air around them seems thick with unspoken rivalries, a subtle but palpable animosity that sends a quiet shiver down your spine. One of the things they attack people over is, a voice begins to explain a disembodied echo in this strange new world before you swiftly cut it off with a firm, decisive, nope. It's a gentle, humorous refusal to engage with the darker sides of this bizarre reality. You didn't sign up for this kind of interdimensional travel. Your quest was for less drama, not more primate politics. This particular encounter, this glimpse into the unexpected depths of chimpanzee behavior, quietly echoes a long-standing debate in primatology and human evolution. For centuries, humans often viewed themselves as distinct from the animal kingdom, especially in complex emotions like jealousy or aggression. However, extensive research, particularly over the last few decades, has revealed the sophisticated social structures and emotional lives of our closest ape relatives. Observations in the wild and in sanctuaries have shown that chimpanzees, much like humans, exhibit intricate social hierarchies, form strong alliances, and can display intense jealousy, especially over resources, mates, or social status. This isn't just anecdotal. Detailed ethological studies, like those pioneered by Jane Goodall, meticulously document these behaviors, revealing a continuous thread of emotional complexity across species. The academic discussion often revolves around whether these behaviors are learned or innate, and what they tell us about the evolutionary roots of our own complex human emotions. So with a quiet mental sigh, you gently step away from the unsettling primatological drama. Okay, this is getting weird. You murmur to yourself a soft confession of your growing bewilderment. The multiverse, it seems, isn't always about grand cosmic adventures. Sometimes it's about navigating surprisingly mundane yet deeply unsettling slices of alternate life. You take another leap, a gentle push into the unknown, and this time, everything seems normal. The hum of traffic in the distance, the faint scent of exhaust, the indistinct murmur of human voices, all reassuringly familiar. All right, everything seems pretty normal. You reflect a quiet relief washing over you. Perhaps this is it, the gentle, unremarkable universe. You sought a place where the biggest drama is simply the everyday ebb and flow of human existence. But as always, the multiverse holds its gentle twists. You hear snippets of conversation, fragments of a different reality, filtering into your perception. Called the grandma prank. A voice laughs distant and unconcerned, and then a jarring, almost unbelievable pronouncement. I'm going to bust into this hospital and steal all the wheelchairs, bro. It's a strange, unexpected pivot from the mundane to the absurd, a reminder that normal in one universe might contain elements that are wildly eccentric in another. It's the kind of peculiar detail that sticks with you, a quiet chuckle at the boundless creativity of alternative realities. You drift through this seemingly normal world, a silent, almost invisible presence, and then you hear it, a voice that sends a peculiar ripple through your being, a blend of familiarity and utter shock. Yo, what up? It's you, boy. Chase still kicking. It's your voice, but somehow amplified, more confident, dripping with an almost absurd level of swagger. You turn, drawn by the sound, and there he is, a man who looks exactly like you, yet subtly, profoundly different. He's vibrant, charismatic, radiating an almost blinding aura of popularity. He's standing before a crowd, a sea of faces, eagerly hanging on his every word. Hey, what's up, broskies? He booms the sound, echoing through this new reality. So today, I'm going to be doing the train prank, where I'm going to set up 400 mannequins, and we're going to see which one of us gets hit by the train first. It's going to be epic. Your jaw, if it still had the capacity for such a mundane action, would drop. The audacity, the sheer theatrical absurdity of it all. This isn't just you. This is you 2.0, a turbocharged, hyper-popular version of your own persona. And the realization hits you with the quiet force of a cosmic tidal wave. Holy crap, look, it's me. This is not just a parallel universe. It's a universe where you are the star, the undisputed king of a particular kind of digital empire. And the feeling, a blend of profound shock, a touch of envy, and an overwhelming sense of the surreal washes over you like a warm, confusing wave. As you observe your doppelganger, this incredibly popular version of yourself, a gentle, analytical voice seems to whisper, describing his subtle perfections. Yes, he is an exact match, except he has 5% less body fat, 13% more symmetrical facial features, and the details precise and almost clinical highlight the slight, almost imperceptible shifts that in the grand cosmic lottery of genetics and lifestyle can lead to such vastly different outcomes. Okay, I get it. You might interject a quiet, almost defensive murmur. It's a humorous moment of self-consciousness, a gentle jab at the universe's tendency to create slightly improved versions of yourself in alternate realities. It's enough to make you wonder for a moment about all the subtle choices and circumstances that shaped your own journey, leading you to this particular, slightly less symmetrical path. You watch as your popular counterpart interacts with his adoring fans, a mob of people who seem almost too enthusiastic. They chant his name, push forward, a human tide of devotion, and something else, something bordering on frenzied adoration. What's going on? You wonder aloud, the question echoing in the vibrant, chaotic energy of the crowd. And the answer, if you can call it that, comes swiftly, succinctly. Subscribers. He has 500 million of them. The number hangs in the air, a staggering testament to his digital dominion. 500 million. It's a figure that almost defies comprehension, a testament to the immense power of mass appeal in this particular corner of the multiverse. You observe him, this incredibly popular version of yourself, perform for his adoring masses. Hey, 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 what up, kids? That was totally a prank. I'm still chillin', he exclaims, his voice booming with an easy confidence, a natural showman. And then that peculiar, almost ritualistic chant from his followers, a catchphrase, a shared language that binds them together. Oh, catchphrase. You softly acknowledge a quiet recognition of the mechanics of mass appeal. You are witnessing the very engine of his success, the seemingly effortless charisma that draws in 500 million souls. It's a fascinating study in the nature of fame, a quiet meditation on what it takes to capture the hearts and minds of so many, even if the content itself seems to your more seasoned eyes a little chaotic. This phenomenon, the rise of mass media figures with immense, almost cult-like followings, has a fascinating, if sometimes unsettling, history. Think about the vaudeville stars of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, who could draw huge crowds with simple, often repetitive acts, relying on charisma and direct connection with their audience. Or the early radio personalities, whose voices captivated entire nations, building an intimacy purely through sound. Even more profoundly, consider the early days of television, when figures like Elvis Presley or the Beatles first exploded onto the scene, creating a frenzy of adoration that often bordered on obsession. The dynamics of their fame, the way they leveraged new technologies to reach unprecedented numbers of people, foreshadowed the digital age. What's different now is the scale and the immediacy of connection, where 500 million subscribers can be gathered not through carefully managed tours or network broadcasts, but through the raw, unfiltered directness of the internet. The academic discussion often ponders whether this digital age creates a deeper, more personal connection or a more superficial, fleeting form of adoration. You continue to watch a silent, almost invisible twin as your alternate self thrives in this peculiar reality. The sheer energy of the crowd is overwhelming, a pulsating wave of adoration and excitement. You try to grasp the essence of his appeal, to understand the magic that binds us millions to his every word. And as you observe, you can't help but feel a strange mix of emotions, a quiet awe at his undeniable magnetism, a flicker of bewildered amusement at the sheer absurdity of his pranks, and perhaps a gentle, almost imperceptible pang of something akin to envy. He has what you, in your own universe, might have quietly wished for: boundless popularity, undeniable influence, a stage where 500 million people eagerly await your next move. It's a powerful allure, isn't it? To be so utterly seen, so universally adored. But even amidst this dazzling display of fame, there's a subtle undercurrent, a quiet question that begins to form in your mind. Is this boundless adoration truly fulfilling? Is this constant performance, this endless quest for epic stunts, truly sustainable? The answers for now remain hidden, a mystery waiting to be unfurled as you continue your silent observation in this astonishing, bewildering parallel world. The universe, it seems, has presented you with a mirror, reflecting not just what you are, but what you could have been, and perhaps what you might yet become. And as the cheers of the crowd wash over you, a profound sense of wonder settles quiet and deep at the infinite variations of existence. As you continue to observe your hyper-popular doppelganger, known affectionately, it seems, as your boy Chase, you begin to truly grasp the immense scale of his fame. 500 million subscribers. It's a number that echoes in the vastness of this parallel sky, a testament to a level of digital influence that borders on the mythical. You watch as he effortlessly commands the attention of his adoring masses, their cheers rising and falling like a strange human tide. He has mastered the art of the viral moment, the attention-grabbing spectacle, making it seem almost effortless. You see him lean into the camera, a familiar glint in his eye, and declare, "Hey, hey, hey, what up, kids? That was totally a prank. I'm still chillin'." It's a practiced nonchalance, a cultivated coolness that clearly resonates with his legion of fans. And then that peculiar, almost ritualistic call and response, the O catchphrase that binds them, a shared secret language, a tiny inside joke that unites 500 million strangers into a single roaring chorus of devotion. You find yourself murmuring, "What am I watching here?" It's a question less about the content itself, which is undeniably chaotic and over the top, and more about the phenomenon you're witnessing. How does one cultivate such immense, almost visceral devotion? He's clearly a master of his craft, whatever that craft truly is. It's a prank. I'm just kidding you, idiots. He quips the words, laced with a playful contempt that somehow inexplicably only seems to fuel their adoration. It's a dynamic that is both fascinating and a little unsettling. A mirror reflecting the strange new landscape of celebrity in this digital age. The crowd responds with a roar, a collective laughter that ripples through the air. "Why are you all screaming, bro?" he asks, his voice brimming with a performative exasperation that only makes them scream louder. This version of you, it seems, thrives on the edge of chaos, on pushing boundaries, on eliciting extreme reactions. It's a different kind of charisma, a raw, almost untamed energy that you recognize faintly as a buried part of yourself, but amplified, exaggerated almost to the point of caricature. The casual, almost dismissive use of bruh by your alternate self highlights a fascinating linguistic evolution that has occurred in this parallel universe, perhaps mirroring or diverging from trends in your own. Language, after all, is a living, breathing thing, constantly shifting, absorbing new influences and discarding old ones. Slang terms like bruh often emerge from specific subcultures or communities, acting as a form of linguistic shorthand, a way for insiders to communicate efficiently and subtly reinforce group identity. They can spread rapidly through popular culture, fueled by trends and influential figures like your doppelganger. Historically, the study of slang or colloquialisms offers a rich insight into the social dynamics of any era. From the cant of Elizabethan rogues to the jazz slang of the Roaring Twenties, every generation has had its unique linguistic markers. Scholars of sociolinguistics meticulously track these shifts, noting how words gain or lose currency, how they spread across different demographics, and what they reveal about cultural values and power structures. For instance, the widespread adoption of dude in your own universe, originating from various subcultures and eventually permeating mainstream language, is a prime example of such a phenomenon. The academic debate often centers on whether popular figures merely reflect existing linguistic trends, or if their pervasive influence can actively shape and accelerate the adoption of new vocabulary, almost acting as cultural accelerators for language itself. As you stand there, absorbing the bizarre spectacle, another version of yourself, your original self, emerges from a metaphorical black hole, or perhaps a quiet corner of your memory. It's the moment you recall the initial, slightly absurd premise of your current cosmic predicament. "Hey, hey, hey, wait for me." You almost want to shout a sudden urge to interrupt this bizarre circus and clarify your own journey. You remember the conversation, the initial dare. "So Rico said you can't jump into a black hole." And I was like, "Listen up, Rico boy. Chase here can definitely jump into this black hole." The words replay in your mind, a faint echo from a different dimension, a reminder of the naive, almost reckless optimism that launched you on this incredible convoluted journey. It's a moment of gentle meta-awareness, a quiet chuckle at the absurdity of your own grand cosmic adventure. You recall the sensation of the leap, the initial plunge, the scientific explanation that followed. "So that's what I did. I jumped in and spaghettified, well fussilied myself all the way here." You silently correct yourself, a nod to the more palatable, less terrifying imagery you had preferred in your original universe. The term fussilied floats through your mind, a whimsical, slightly self-deprecating nod to your own preference for the spiral-shaped pasta over the stringy, stretched reality of spaghettification. It's a small human detail in a cosmic narrative, a touch of gentle humor amidst the profound strangeness. And then the true strangeness of this parallel narrative unfolds. And somewhere between all this, I was on Joe Rogan. Somebody wanted me to eat a bunch of hot dogs, and now I'm here. The nonchalant listing of these bizarre, seemingly disconnected events highlights the chaotic, almost nonsensical flow of time and experience in this alternate reality. Joe Rogan hot dogs. It's a cosmic non sequitur, a gentle reminder that parallel universes don't always adhere to a linear logical progression. They can be wonderfully, bafflingly disjointed, weaving together threads of reality in ways that defy all expectation. It's like a dream, isn't it? Where disparate images and events tumble together, forming a narrative that is only loosely bound by the rules of cause and effect. You find yourself in the quiet, almost contemplative conversation with this ultra popular version of yourself. There's a moment of curious misunderstanding, a subtle disconnect in your perceptions of reality. So, like, no matter what sick tech or rag gear you roll in with, you still totally bite it at the end of every episode. You ask, summarizing your understanding of his predicament. To you, the recurring death at the end of each of his episodes, despite his immense fame, seems like a fundamental flaw, a persistent tragicomic quirk. That's what you took away from this, while he responds, his voice carrying a subtle note of incredulity, a gentle challenge to your interpretation. To him, it's not a flaw, but an integral part of his identity, perhaps even his appeal. I mean, I know it's lame, but like, you begin trying to articulate your gentle critique, your slight bewilderment at this narrative choice. But he cuts you off, a burst of genuine enthusiasm in his voice. No, bro, that's epic. The word hangs in the air, redefined by his perspective. I mean, you might bite it at the end of every episode, but at least you come back smelling minty fresh as ever. This is the core of his resilience, the source of his endless appeal, a perpetual, minty fresh rebirth. His death is not an ending, but a reset, a theatrical flourish that ensures he always returns ready for the next outrageous stunt. It's a profound commentary on the nature of entertainment, where even mortality can be commodified, turned into a thrilling, repeatable spectacle. Me, I just never die, no matter how wrecked or busted up I get. His words carry a quiet weight, a casual declaration of his own unique superpower. He, the popular one, the one with millions of fans, has achieved the ultimate form of immortality within his own narrative. It's a stark contrast to your own recurring deaths, a difference that suddenly feels monumental. He is the perpetually resurrected hero, the unkillable protagonist, a figure of endless minty fresh invincibility. It's a fascinating dynamic between two versions of the same being, each with their own peculiar relationship with mortality. And as you consider his perspective, you realize the profound, almost dizzying allure of his life. But you're living the dream. You've got your face on billboards. You've got mobs of crazy fans who love you or want to eat you. I'm not really sure what was happening over there, but it seemed cool. You described the chaotic energy of his fame, the passionate, almost unhinged devotion of his fans. The love you or want to eat you line is a gentle, humorous jab at the blurred lines of adoration and obsession that often accompany extreme celebrity. It's a recognition of the paradox of his success, immense popularity, yes, but also a constant, almost overwhelming pressure. This duality of fame, the intoxicating allure, mixed with its unsettling pressures, has been a recurring theme throughout human history. Consider the gladiators of ancient Rome, worshipped by the crowds, yet constantly facing life or death situations, their very existence a spectacle. Or the rock stars of the 20th century, mobbed by adoring fans, yet often burdened by the relentless demands of their public persona, struggling with the blurred lines between their true selves and their amplified images. The academic field of celebrity studies often delves into this very tension, examining how societies construct and consume fame and the psychological impact on those thrust into the relentless glare of public adoration. The question often arises, is it truly the dream, when the adoration becomes so intense that it threatens to consume you, to blur the lines between performer and prey? And this very question weighs heavily on your alternate self. Bro, they're crazy, like they keep pushing me for gnarlier and crazier stunts. His voice, though still tinged with showmanship, carries a genuine weariness, a subtle vulnerability that belies his public persona. The pressure is relentless, a constant demand for escalation, for more outrageous acts, for feats that push the boundaries of safety and sanity. Now they've got my sponsor, Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings hyped up on this massive live stream. The mention of the sponsor Red Bull, with its iconic slogan, grounds his cosmic predicament in the familiar commercial realities of your own world. Even in a parallel universe, the demands of sponsorship, the need to deliver spectacular content, can drive individuals to increasingly desperate measures. The upcoming live stream, with its implied danger, casts a long shadow over his vibrant existence. I don't think my body's going to come out in one piece, bro. The quiet admission of fear, the genuine concern for his physical integrity reveals the true cost of his fame. He is trapped in a cycle of escalation, driven by the insatiable appetites of his audience and the relentless demands of his brand. Dude, they want you to go into that. You might ask, a genuine shock in your voice, recognizing the immense danger implied by his words. The that remains undefined, but the implication is clear. Something truly extreme, something that threatens to break him beyond his minty fresh resurrection. Yeah, and I mean like I want to, and like my agent is saying that it could slide me into more science-y videos. That's where the big bucks are, man. He confesses the internal conflict, the genuine desire for the thrill, but also the calculated career move, the push towards a more lucrative, science-y niche. The allure of the big bucks is a powerful motivator, a reminder that even in a multiverse of infinite wonders, the pursuit of financial gain can still shape destinies. It's a poignant reflection on the human condition, the intricate dance between passion, ambition, and the very real demands of making a living, even for a cosmic superstar. But then, the deeper fear emerges, a quiet, almost childlike plea for help. But dude, if I go in there, I know I'll be stuck in there forever, just getting stretched for all eternity. He describes his own unique version of spaghettification, a perpetual never-ending, stretching into nothingness, a fate far worse than a temporary death, that leads to a minty fresh return. This is his ultimate fear, his Achilles heel, the one vulnerability that his superficial immortality cannot overcome. I'm no superhero, not like you, bro. His words hang in the air, a peculiar inversion of your initial perceptions. He, the famous, seemingly invincible one, sees you, the one who truly jumped into a black hole, and emerged as the real hero. It's a moment of profound revelation, a quiet reevaluation of your own journey. He acknowledges your quiet courage, your audacity, the very feat that brought you to his strange reality. And in that moment, a flicker of an idea, a nascent thought begins to form in your mind. I'm no superhero, or am I? I've got an idea. It's a gentle, almost whimsical thought, an unexpected twist in the narrative, suggesting that perhaps the solution to his cosmic dilemma lies not in another outrageous stunt, but in a clever, unconventional use of your own unique experiences. The stage is set for a quiet, subtle deception, a plan to leverage your own journey for a greater and perhaps more gentle purpose. I'm going to get in your pants. The words hang in the air, a peculiar, almost comical declaration in the face of cosmic peril. It's a bold, unexpected twist, a sudden pivot from the profound to the playfully absurd. Your alternate self, the one burdened by the relentless demands of his fame, stares back at you, a mixture of confusion and disbelief clouding his usually confident features. What? He asks, the single word, echoing the bewilderment that surely ripples through your own consciousness. It's a plan so audacious, so delightfully unconventional, that it could only be conceived in the liminal space between universes where the rules of logic bend and stretch like the very fabric of space-time. You clarify gently the audacious simplicity of your idea. Bro, I don't think anyone's going to believe that's me. That suit's way too tight. You can barely move, bro. Your observation is delivered with a touch of dry humor, a subtle jab at the physical discrepancies between you and your more perfected counterpart. The suit, designed for his leaner, more symmetrical form, would undoubtedly be a comical struggle for you, a gentle reminder of the universe's subtle, often amusing imperfections. It's a practical concern, a tiny human detail, amidst the grand cosmic scheme, highlighting the very real challenges of impersonating a universally adored icon. And then a voice, disembodied yet familiar, interjects with a clinical precision that cuts through the levity. That's because he has 5% more body fat than you. The statistical detail delivered with an almost detached scientific accuracy is a quiet, almost comical blow to your ego. Yes, you had mentioned that already. Thank you. You murmur a gentle, slightly exasperated acknowledgement of the universe's persistent, numerically precise observations. It's a moment that reminds you of the omnipresent, almost omniscient nature of the cosmic forces at play, observing and quantifying every minute detail, even the slight differences in body composition between parallel selves. But then a more pressing, more profound question surfaces, one that cuts to the heart of the very means of your cosmic travel. You turn to the source of the disembodied voice, the silent partner in your impossible journey, and a new thought sparks. Wait, did you build this spacecraft? The question carries a quiet awe, a dawning realization of the incredible ingenuity that must have been at play to bring you through the black hole to navigate the impossible. Yeah, bro. Why? The casual, almost dismissive response belies the immense complexity and groundbreaking science that must have gone into such a creation. It's a testament to the quiet brilliance of your unseen companion, the one who has perhaps unknowingly been your silent guide through the cosmic labyrinth. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Your words carry a new weight, a quiet determination. The existing vessel, however miraculous, is not enough for the next phase of your audacious plan. You need something more, something specifically designed to withstand the unimaginable rigors of a black hole, not just for survival, but for a calculated, theatrical reemergence. And with that, a grand, almost cinematic command echoes through the fabric of this parallel reality. Cue the montage. Right now. Start it. It's a moment of playful self-awareness, a nod to the tropes of storytelling, as if you are directing your own cosmic blockbuster, preparing for the grand reveal of the impossible. And so the scene shifts gently, seamlessly into a montage of creation, a silent symphony of ingenuity and theoretical physics brought to life. Imagine, if you will, a workshop bathed in the soft, ethereal glow of unknown energies. Sparks fly not from welding torches, but from the manipulation of exotic matter, from the precise calibration of gravitational fields. Equations complex and beautiful shimmer in the air, forming intricate patterns of light and shadow, guiding the hands that sculpt the impossible. This isn't just engineering. It's a dance with the very laws of the universe, a quiet conversation with the fundamental forces of existence. You begin to explain in a soft narrative voice the immense challenges involved in such a feat. Okay, so if you flew a regular old spaceship into a black hole, it'd be a pretty short live stream. The humor is subtle, a gentle understatement of a truly catastrophic outcome. You paint a vivid yet gentle picture of the immediate dangers. The tidal forces would be immense, stretching the ship from end to end. Imagine a giant invisible hand pulling on the bow of your ship with unimaginable strength, while a slightly less powerful, but still immense hand pulls on the stern. The difference in these forces, even over a relatively short distance like the length of a spaceship, would be catastrophic. The gravity pulling on the part of the ship closest to the black hole is much stronger than the gravity pulling on the back of the ship, so it'd be ripped in half long before you reach the center of the black hole. It's a gentle, almost poetic description of a violent, inevitable end, transforming the scientific reality into a visual, understandable tragedy. But the dangers extend beyond mere physical tearing. You'd also be bombarded from the intense amounts of radiation escaping from the hole, which would not only disable the spaceship systems, but also melt your face off. This is the chilling reality of the black hole's environment. While black holes are known for swallowing everything, they are also surrounded by incredibly energetic phenomena. As matter falls towards the event horizon, it heats up to incredible temperatures, emitting powerful X-rays and gamma rays. This is known as Hawking radiation, a theoretical emission of thermal radiation from black holes due to quantum effects near the event horizon. While its direct observation remains a challenge, the concept highlights the extreme hostile environment surrounding these cosmic behemoths. It's a gentle reminder that the universe, in its raw power, is not always a benevolent host. Historically, the idea of radiation as a weapon or a destructive force has been present in human thought long before the discovery of radioactivity. Ancient myths spoke of divine wrath, manifesting as unseen destructive energies. However, the scientific understanding of radiation truly began to emerge in the late 19th and early 20th centuries with the discoveries of X-rays by Wilhelm Röntgen and radioactivity by Henri Becquerel and Marie Curie. These discoveries revolutionized physics and medicine, but also revealed the profound dangers of unchecked radiation exposure. The academic debate continues on the precise nature of Hawking radiation and its implications for the ultimate fate of black holes, a testament to the ongoing quest to understand these enigmatic cosmic objects. Luckily, the spaceship I've built for you can withstand all that. The voice, calm and reassuring, cuts through the grim realities, offering a beacon of hope. This is no ordinary vessel. It is a marvel of theoretical engineering, a testament to a scientific prowess that borders on the fantastical. Imagine a ship forged not from conventional metals, but from materials that can bend space-time itself, that can subtly manipulate gravitational fields, creating pockets of stability within the most turbulent cosmic currents. Its hull shimmers with an iridescent glow, absorbing and deflecting the most lethal forms of radiation, transforming them into harmless whispers of energy. This ship is a testament to the boundless possibilities of advanced physics, a silent promise that even the most formidable cosmic challenges can be met with ingenuity and daring. But the technology required to do so is too complex for puny human brains to understand. The gentle, almost condescending humor in the statement is a delightful touch, acknowledging the vast gulf between current human comprehension and the advanced science at play. It's a playful nod to the sheer scale of the scientific leap, required a gentle reminder that some truths are simply beyond our immediate grasp, residing in realms of knowledge yet to be fully explored. It's a beautiful way to honor the mystery, to acknowledge that even with the most brilliant minds, there are still vast uncharted territories of understanding. And then the true nature of the plan unfolds a subtle, elegant deception designed to achieve a grand purpose. So it won't actually be you flying the ship. It'll be me dressed as you. The revelation is delivered with a quiet confidence, a gentle twist that transforms a scientific feat into a theatrical performance. Your unseen companion, the brilliant mind behind this impossible vessel, will take your place, stepping into the spotlight, literally to perform the impossible. It's a testament to his quiet dedication, his willingness to assume your persona for the greater good of your channel, your future. You just wait here until I go into the black hole, and then you reemerge with everyone thinking you just pulled off the most amazing feat in the history of the universe, even though it was me. And I've technically done it a few times now. The plan is laid bare, simple yet profound in its implications. It's a clever inversion of expectations, a brilliant piece of cosmic misdirection. You, the protagonist, will receive the glory, the credibility, the boundless adoration, while your silent, brilliant double performs the truly impossible feat. The casual mention of having done it a few times now adds another layer of delightful absurdity, hinting at a secret history of cosmic daring, a quiet mastery of the impossible. It's a gentle reminder that even the most extraordinary feats can become routine for those who truly understand the underlying mechanics of the universe. And then you'll have all the credibility you need to start that science channel you've always wanted. This is the ultimate prize, the true motivation behind this elaborate cosmic charade. It's not just about fame for fame's sake, but about leveraging that fame for a deeper, more meaningful purpose. The Science Channel. A quiet aspiration in your own universe now becomes a tangible reality, built on the foundation of an impossible yet seemingly real achievement. It's a gentle nudge towards your true calling, a subtle push towards a future where your passion for understanding the universe can finally take center stage. Your alternate self, the one burdened by the relentless demands of his fame, listens intently, a flicker of hope in his eyes. You really think you can fool all my fans, bro? His question is tinged with a blend of skepticism and a desperate longing for release. He knows the insatiable appetite of his audience, their keen eye for authenticity, even amidst the most outrageous stunts. But your companion's answer is delivered with an unwavering confidence, a quiet certainty that leaves no room for doubt. Yeah, bro. I think I got it, dude. I might need a new suit, though. The casual, almost flippant remark about the suit is a humorous callback to your earlier observation, a gentle reminder of the minor, yet persistent physical discrepancies that must be accounted for in this grand deception. It's a small human detail that grounds the cosmic plan in a relatable reality. And so the stage is set. The impossible ship, the daring impersonation, the grand deception, all in service of a quiet, yet profound goal. You, the one who truly braved the black hole, will now become the beneficiary of a fabricated triumph, a carefully constructed narrative of cosmic daring. Your alternate self, the one trapped by the demands of his fame, will find a moment of respite, a chance to escape the relentless cycle of escalation. And your silent, brilliant companion will perform the ultimate act of selflessness, a quiet, uncredited hero, in a story that will reshape your destiny. It's a beautiful, intricate dance of deception and aspiration, a testament to the boundless creativity of the human spirit, even when faced with the most daunting cosmic challenges. The universe, it seems, always has a few more tricks up its sleeve, a few more surprises waiting to unfold, especially when you least expect them. The cosmic stage is set, the impossible plan unfolding with the quiet precision of a celestial ballet. Your brilliant, unseen companion, now adorned in a suit meticulously tailored to mimic your alternate self's perfected physique, stands ready. The confident swagger, the easy charisma, the very essence of your boy Chase, seems to settle upon him like a second skin. "What up, yo? It's your boy Chase, still alive," he booms. A practiced greeting delivered with an almost eerie accuracy, the words echoing across the digital waves of this parallel universe's live stream are designed to reassure, to excite, to cement the illusion of your own triumphant return. He embodies the role with such convincing ease that you, the original, could almost believe it yourself. It's a masterful performance, a testament to his quiet dedication to the intricate dance of this deception. The cheering begins, a thunderous wave of adoration from the millions of Chase heads tuned into the live stream. Their collective roar is a symphony of relief and excitement, celebrating the apparent survival of their idol. And amidst this cacophony of digital worship, a smaller, more intimate voice breaks through the noise, a voice that calls out with genuine affection. "Ah, thanks, Slim Jimmy. You're like my bro from another mo." The words, simple and heartfelt, are a reminder of the quiet, authentic connections that exist in your own universe. The bonds of genuine friendship that transcend the fleeting adoration of millions. It's a poignant moment, a subtle contrast between the manufactured enthusiasm of the crowd and the sincere warmth of a true connection. The realization begins to dawn on you, a gentle, almost melancholic shift in perspective, as your companion disguised as you basks in the fabricated glory. A quiet, almost wistful voice of reason whispers, "You might want to tone it down a bit." It's a subtle caution, a gentle hint that the very intensity of this parallel fame might be a gilded cage, a relentless pressure to constantly perform, to constantly escalate. The dazzling allure of 500 million subscribers begins to dim, revealing the underlying demands, the insatiable appetite for more, more, more. You start to see beyond the billboards and the mobs of adoring fans, glimpsing the profound isolation that can accompany such immense popularity. The constant need to deliver gnarlier and crazier stunts suddenly feels less like an exciting challenge and more like an endless, exhausting treadmill. And then the quiet, almost revolutionary question takes root in your heart. Besides, you still have time to change your mind. It's a gentle invitation to pause, to reflect, to reevaluate the very desires that brought you to this strange parallel world. You had chased fame, recognition, a channel that would resonate with millions. You had seen this parallel universe as the embodiment of the dream, a place where your aspirations for widespread popularity were not just met, but exceeded beyond imagination. But standing here, watching the spectacle unfold, the reality of that dream begins to feel hollow. The constant demand for extreme acts, the blurred lines between adoration and consumption, the very manufactured nature of this adulation, it all begins to feel strangely unfulfilling. A wave of clarity washes over you, quiet and profound, like a gentle tide receding to reveal the smooth, unblemished sand beneath. I thought this universe was everything you wanted. A voice seems to whisper a gentle probe into your shifting heart, and your answer, clear and resonant, emerges from a place of deep newfound wisdom. Yeah, I think I'd rather have my small group of real supporters than these 500 million monsters. The word monsters, though perhaps harsh, is spoken not with anger, but with a quiet, almost mournful recognition of the consuming nature of unchecked adoration. It's the realization that quantity doesn't always equate to quality, that vast numbers can sometimes dilute the very essence of connection. You longed for fame, but you yearned for connection, and these two, it seems, are not always intertwined. This quiet epiphany, this reevaluation of values, is a recurring theme throughout human history, a gentle lesson whispered across generations. Think of the ancient philosophers like Diogenes, who famously rejected material wealth and social standing in favor of a simpler, more authentic life, seeking genuine human connection over public acclaim. Or consider the quiet revolutions of artists and thinkers who chose artistic integrity and the appreciation of a small discerning audience over commercial success. In the modern era, the rise of the internet initially promised widespread connection, but has also brought into sharp focus the distinction between fleeting viral popularity and deep meaningful engagement. The academic debate often revolves around the psychological impact of digital fame. Does it truly fulfill our innate human need for belonging? Or does it create a new form of isolation, a hunger for external validation that can never be truly satisfied? A deep, genuine longing for the familiar, for the truly meaningful connections, washes over you. I miss you guys. You're the best, really. The words are spoken from the heart, a quiet confession of love for your original audience, the small, loyal community who had been with you from the very beginning. You recall the shared moments, the silly experiments, the genuine laughter, and even the moments of quiet failure. Remember when we went to the moon and I made that hamburger that you guys watched me choke to death on, right? The memory, oddly specific and wonderfully absurd, brings a gentle smile to your face. It's a testament to the shared history, the unique, almost intimate bond you had forged with your real supporters. It wasn't about grand spectacles or flawless performances. It was about authenticity, about vulnerability, about simply being you. You guys were there with me every step of the way. This simple sentence carries the immense weight of gratitude, a profound recognition of unwavering support. It wasn't the numbers that mattered, but the shared journey, the quiet presence of those who truly understood and appreciated your unique brand of cosmic exploration. This sense of community and belonging is a fundamental human need, a profound wellspring of emotional sustenance. Throughout history, whether in tribal societies, ancient guilds, or modern online forums, humans have sought out and thrived within smaller, interconnected groups where genuine relationships can flourish. It's a reminder that even in the vastness of the cosmos, the most powerful forces are often found in the quiet, simple bonds between individuals. The academic discussion in sociology often explores the distinction between weak ties in large networks and strong ties within intimate communities, and the differing roles they play in human well-being and resilience. And then a new thought, a truly transformative realization, begins to unfurl within you, blossoming quietly in the fertile ground of your shifting perspective. Plus, I'm starting to think that my dying thing is some kind of superpower. It's a whimsical, almost playful acknowledgement of your recurring, seemingly fatal encounters. What was once a source of mild frustration, a running gag, now reveals itself as something far more profound, something uniquely yours. It's a reframing of your perceived weakness into an unexpected strength, a gentle embrace of your own peculiar cosmic destiny. This ability to die and return to face oblivion and yet emerge is not a flaw. It's a profound, almost mystical ability, a testament to your own resilience and the strange looping nature of your personal narrative. This shift in perspective, the ability to see apparent failures or weaknesses as hidden strengths, is a powerful form of cognitive reframing, a psychological process that can profoundly alter our experience of reality. Think of historical figures who faced repeated setbacks, but used each one as a learning opportunity, ultimately leading to greater success. Abraham Lincoln, for instance, endured numerous political and personal defeats before achieving the presidency, each failure perhaps honing his resolve and character. The quiet wisdom here lies in recognizing that not every ending is absolute. Sometimes it's merely a dramatic pause, a chance for a new beginning. It's the ultimate plot armor, a cosmic guarantee of continuity, a gentle wink from the universe that your story is far from over. With this newfound understanding, this quiet embrace of your unique power, a bold, almost playful idea sparks. Should I get a suit, like a super suit? The question is delivered with a childlike wonder, a touch of genuine excitement. The thought of embodying this superpower with a visual manifestation, a costume that declares your unique ability to navigate the edge of mortality, is a thrilling prospect. It's a step beyond mere survival. It's about embracing your identity, about becoming the hero of your own peculiar, continually looping narrative. The idea of a supersuit is, of course, a delightful nod to the cultural mythology of heroes, a playful intertwining of your cosmic reality with the familiar archetypes of storytelling. A gentle, amused voice, perhaps the voice of reason, or the quiet echo of your unseen companion, seems to respond, "Wow, that really went to your head." It's a soft, good-natured tease, a gentle reminder not to get too carried away by the newfound sense of power. It's a grounding moment, a small humorous pushback against the sudden surge of superheroic ambition. But the seed has been planted, the idea of embodying your unique ability, of becoming the dying but always returning hero of your own show. It's a delightful, almost inevitable progression, isn't it? To face the impossible, to realize your own peculiar strength, and then naturally to wonder about the appropriate attire for such a cosmic role. The universe, it seems, has a wonderful sense of humor, especially when it comes to the human tendency to embrace its grand, sometimes absurd destiny with a flourish. The air hums with a quiet, almost electric anticipation. Your idea, born from the strange depths of a parallel universe and fueled by a newfound understanding of your own unique superpower, begins to solidify. It's a bold gamble, a subtle manipulation of the cosmic narrative designed to give your alternate self a moment of respite and to propel your own burgeoning scientific aspirations. The intricate dance of planning, of preparing for this grand illusion, unfolds with a silent intensity. "Here we go, bros." You whisper almost to yourself, a quiet invocation of the digital ritual you're about to mimic. Grab your Red Bulls and crush them on your face in 3, 2, 1. It's the familiar call to action, the quirky, almost absurd, pre-stunt ritual of your popular doppelganger, now uttered by you, the original, preparing to witness its performance from the sidelines. The light flares, the static crackles, and then a profound, disorienting void. It's the sensation of a rapid, almost instantaneous shift, a cosmic reset button being pressed. The cheering crowd, the frantic energy of the live stream, the very presence of your alternate self, all vanish in a blink. You feel a familiar, unsettling sense of nothingness, the quiet, profound dark that precedes cosmic emergence, and then a gentle pop, like a bubble bursting in the vast ocean of space, and you are back. But where? The first instinct is a frantic search for the familiar, for the confirmation of your grand plan. Whoa, did it work? Do you see the other? Chase anywhere? Your questions tumble out urgent and hopeful, seeking immediate validation of the successful switch, the seamless transition into your carefully constructed narrative. The anticipation is palpable, a quiet thrumming beneath your skin. You look around expecting to see the stage, the cameras, the remnants of the live stream, but instead, a profound, eerie familiarity washes over you. It's the same sterile, almost desolate space where your journey first began, the same quiet hum of unseen machinery, the same distant, indifferent gleam of starlight that first witnessed your reckless leap. A creeping dread begins to curl in your stomach, a cold, silent tendril of doubt. How'd we end up right back where we started? The question is not just one of logistics, but of profound existential disorientation. It's the unsettling feeling of being caught in a loop, a cosmic groundhog day, where an entire vivid adventure seems to have dissolved into thin air. You recall the grand plan, the intricate deception, the confident swagger of your companion as he stepped into your shoes. It was all so real, so tangible, so utterly convincing. You try to grasp for the threads of memory, to pull them taut, and make sense of this sudden perplexing return. What are you talking about? You know the parallel universes, the other chase, the live stream. Joe Rogan, the words tumble out a desperate attempt to reestablish the reality of your shared experience, to bridge the growing chasm of uncertainty. The memories are so vivid, so rich in detail, the bizarre encounter with the jealous chimpanzees, the odd hospital prank, the overwhelming energy of the 500 million subscribers, the weariness in your alternate self's voice, the plan for the super suit, even the fleeting mention of Joe Rogan and the hot dogs. They are etched in your mind with the undeniable clarity of lived experience. But the response you receive delivered with a calm, almost unnerving certainty shatters the fragile edifice of your belief. You don't remember any of this. The question is gentle, yet profoundly unsettling, implying a fundamental disconnect in shared reality. And then the blunt, inescapable truth, delivered with the quiet finality of a cosmic judgment. No, as soon as you entered, you were immediately spaghettified to death. And now you're here. The words fall like heavy stones, crushing the vibrant tapestry of your recent memories, reducing them to mere figments of imagination, the last flickering moments of a dying brain. It's a brutal, yet elegant dismissal of your grand adventure, returning you to the harsh, unforgiving reality of black hole physics. This sudden jarring return to a stark, singular reality where your vivid experiences are dismissed as mere illusion touches upon a profound philosophical debate that has captivated thinkers for millennia. The nature of consciousness and reality. Are our perceived experiences always objective, or are they sometimes subjective constructs of the mind, particularly in extreme circumstances? Ancient philosophical traditions, from Plato's allegory of the cave, which question the true nature of perceived reality, to Eastern philosophies that emphasize the illusory nature of the material world, have grappled with these very questions. In modern times, debates in cognitive science and neuroscience explore how the brain processes information, creates narratives, and how extreme stress, oxygen deprivation, or unique sensory input might lead to vivid, yet ultimately non-external experiences. The academic discussion continues to ponder, to what extent is our reality truly out there, and to what extent is it a product of our own internal, unique processing? A wave of desperate denial washes over you, hot and insistent. No, no, no. There's no way, I just imagined all that. The protest is visceral, heartfelt, a cry against the erasure of what felt so undeniably real. You cling to the vividness of the memories, the emotional resonance of the encounters, the sheer complexity of the parallel worlds you visited. Come on, check your hard drives. You implore a frantic plea for empirical evidence, for the objective data that could confirm your profound, disorienting journey. You believe with every fiber of your being that the proof must exist stored somewhere, a testament to the reality of your cosmic sojourn. You push further, trying to provide the irrefutable evidence of your travels, the sheer scale of your experiences. We traveled several very different universes. We jumped in like 5 black holes. The words tumble out a litany of impossible feats, each one a testament to the reality you recall. The very act of jumping into multiple black holes, of navigating different dimensions, serves as your proof. How could a dying brain conjure such intricate, detailed, and wildly varied scenarios? It feels too coherent, too rich, too real to be a mere figment of a final fading consciousness. but the calm, unwavering voice delivers the final gentle blow to your grand narrative. The concept of traveling to a parallel universe through a black hole is extremely unlikely. The statement is rooted in the current understanding of physics, a gentle but firm reassertion of scientific consensus. While the mathematical possibilities of wormholes exist, their stability, their ability to be traversed, and their connection to parallel universes remain highly theoretical and largely unproven. It's a quiet reminder that while imagination can soar, science by its very nature demands evidence, demands empirical verification. And then the ultimate statistical reality of your perilous journey is laid bare with a quiet, almost sympathetic gravity. Even if it was possible, the odds of you passing through the event horizon before dying are very, 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 very low. The repeated very is not an emphasis of malice, but of the sheer, overwhelming statistical improbability. It's a stark, gentle reminder of the brutal realities of the cosmic forces at play, the infinitesimally small chance of survival, let alone successful interdimensional travel, within such an extreme gravitational environment. It's the universe, in its quiet, impartial way, simply presenting the cold, hard facts. This probabilistic nature of reality, the concept of statistical improbability, is a fundamental aspect of modern science, from quantum mechanics to astrophysics. Consider the seemingly impossible odds of life spontaneously arising on Earth, or the precise conditions required for a planet to sustain complex ecosystems. While seemingly miraculous, these events can be understood within the vastness of cosmic time and the sheer number of possible outcomes. The academic debate often centers on the fine-tuning problem. If the odds are so astronomically low for certain phenomena to occur, does it imply a deeper design, or merely the vastness of an infinite universe where every improbable event will eventually happen somewhere? Despite the overwhelming scientific counter-arguments, despite the seemingly irrefutable logic presented, a tiny persistent spark of defiance remains within you. But not impossible for someone with superpowers. The thought, almost a whisper, is tinged with a desperate, whimsical hope. It's a refusal to completely abandon the narrative of your own unique abilities, your own special place in the grand cosmic scheme. It's the ultimate human response to the seemingly insurmountable, the quiet insistence that perhaps, just perhaps, you are an exception, a unique variable in the universe's vast equation. It's a testament to the enduring power of belief, even when faced with the most daunting of scientific odds. And then the final gentle twist, a mischievous, almost loving deception that unravels the entire profound experience into a single light-hearted conclusion. Oh no, dude. Oh, it's just a prank, bro. Stop being so dead about it. The words, delivered with a casual, almost relieved tone, instantly reframe everything. The profound cosmic journey, the existential confusion, the battle against scientific impossibility, all dissolve into a familiar, almost comforting comedic reveal. It's the ultimate gotcha, a cosmic joke played on your very perception of reality. The serious contemplative tone of the experience is gently, playfully shattered, replaced by the familiar, slightly irreverent humor that defines your world. The quiet understanding dawns on you. This was never truly about dying or about parallel universes in the strictest sense. It was about the journey of belief, the power of imagination, and the delightful absurdity of the human experience when confronted with the vast, unknowable cosmos. The prank is not just on you, but on the very seriousness of scientific inquiry, a playful reminder that even the deepest mysteries can be approached with a light heart and a sense of wonder. The universe, it seems, enjoys a good joke as much as it enjoys its profound, mind-bending truths. And in that final, gentle revelation, you find a quiet peace, a return to the comforting, if slightly chaotic, reality you know. The final words hang in the air, a gentle, almost mischievous twist that unravels the cosmic tapestry you thought you had woven. Oh no, dude. Oh, it's just a prank, bro. Stop being so dead about it. The profound, mind-bending journey through parallel universes, the intricate plan, the encounter with your famous doppelganger, the dawning realization of your superpower, all dissolve into a familiar light-hearted punchline. It's the universe's ultimate jest, a cosmic gotcha, that brings you back to a reality both simpler and perhaps even more wonderfully absurd than the one you thought you had traversed. The immediate sensation is one of profound release, a quiet chuckle at the grand elaborate trick played on your very perception. You find yourself back in that familiar, almost sterile starting point, the hum of unseen machinery, a comforting mundane backdrop. The faint scent of ozone from the black hole's distant event horizon still lingers, a ghost of a memory, but the terrifying certainty of spaghettification has been replaced by the quiet, almost sheepish acknowledgement of a well-executed prank. It's a moment that forces a gentle reevaluation of everything. Were those vivid memories mere neurological fireworks, the last desperate narrative, spun by a mind on the brink? Or was the prank itself a layer of protection, a gentle way for the universe, or some unseen force to bring you back from the edge without overwhelming you with the impossible truth? The quiet mystery lingers, a gentle hum beneath the surface of this newfound reality. This play between perception and objective reality, between what we experience and what truly is, has fascinated humanity for centuries. Ancient philosophical debates, from the Greek sophists, who questioned the very nature of truth, to Descartes' famous, "I think, therefore I am," have wrestled with how we know what is real. In modern neuroscience, studies on dreams, altered states of consciousness, and near-death experiences explore the brain's incredible capacity to construct vivid, immersive realities, even in the absence of external stimuli. The academic discussion continues to explore the boundaries of subjective experience. When does a vivid dream become indistinguishable from reality, and what does that tell us about the fundamental nature of consciousness itself? Is it possible that the richness of our inner worlds is just as valid in its own way as the external one? The implications of this prank are vast, yet surprisingly gentle. If your journey was indeed an elaborate hallucination, a final flourish of a dying mind, then it means that even in the face of oblivion, your consciousness sought not terror but adventure, not despair but discovery. It means that your deepest desires, for exploration, for connection, for a touch of fame, were played out in a grand personal epic regardless of its objective reality. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? That even as the physical self yields to the universe's profound forces, the mind continues its boundless creative dance, conjuring worlds and experiences that are as real as any other, at least to the one experiencing them. And in that quiet realization, a profound sense of gratitude begins to bloom. "Ah, thanks, Slim Jimmy," you might playfully exclaim, addressing the unseen prankster, whether it's the universe itself or some other guiding consciousness. "You're like my bro from another mo." It's a whimsical acknowledgement of a shared journey, a playful acceptance of the trick played upon you. The bond feels genuine, even if the circumstances that forged it were in the end an elaborate illusion. It's a testament to the power of shared experience, even if one participant's experience was entirely internal. The return to the familiar. The comfort of knowing that your loyal small group of real supporters are still out there is deeply reassuring. The allure of 500 million monsters has faded, replaced by the quiet, steady warmth of genuine connection. You remember the simple, heartfelt moments, the shared laughter over silly experiments, the collective groans over your mishaps. These are the threads of true belonging, woven not by algorithms or viral trends, but by shared history and mutual appreciation. It's a powerful reminder that while the cosmos offers grand spectacles, the deepest satisfactions often lie in the intimate, the authentic, the genuinely human. The quiet thought of your dying thing now being a superpower lingers not as a source of despair, but as a playful, almost affectionate self-identification. It's a recognition of your unique resilience, your ability to face the edge and return, whether literally or figuratively. This quirky, recurring element of your personal narrative, once perhaps a source of frustration, has been reframed as a badge of honor, a symbol of your unique relationship with the universe's unpredictable nature. And the idea of a supersuit, once a whimsical aspiration in a dream, now becomes a symbol of embracing your authentic self, quirks and all. It's about owning your narrative, whatever form it may take, and finding power in the very things that make you uniquely you. The final beat of this cosmic prank settles with a comforting sense of closure. The vastness of the universe with its black holes and its parallel possibilities still remains. The mysteries are still there, waiting to be explored, to be pondered, to be dreamt about. But now you approach them with a different heart, a heart that has peered into the abyss and found not just terror, but wonder, a heart that has glimpsed infinite realities and returned to appreciate the richness of its own, a heart that understands the gentle humor of the cosmos and the profound beauty in its playful deceptions. You take a deep, slow breath, the air in this familiar space feeling crisp and real. The quiet hum of the room, the distant sounds of your own world all coalesce into a comforting symphony of reality. The journey, whether real or imagined, has left an indelible mark, a deeper appreciation for the mysteries that surround us and the incredible resilience of the human spirit. You are here now, perhaps a little more thoughtful, a little more whimsical, but entirely at peace with the grand unfolding story of your existence.